From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page. Now it's off to the show. Take it away, nerds.
All right, everyone, welcome to round number 7 of the Mid-Ohio of the Road to Indy Racing League. This round coming your way from the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Here for round number 7 as we get ready to go racing here in round 7. Let's take a look at the point standings coming into this one. It's going to be Christopher right there in second, 2 points off Scott Seacrest there with the points lead. Spencer Marsh up there not too far behind, only 15 out with 3 more races after tonight. And so far in the session, our friend Christopher has not made an appearance. So this could be big if he does not make tonight's show. He would undoubtedly drop from second. Spencer would take over P2. Let's take a look at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course and what we're going to be dealing with here tonight. For 40 laps. Right here it is, Mid-Ohio, 13 corners here tonight, 2.21 miles. 107 degrees is the track temp here for Mid-Ohio here tonight as we get ready to go racing for the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course in round number 7. The fastest lap time recorded around here for an Indy car was a 1:04 1 minute .1 second lap, and we'll take a look at our qualifying laps in comparison in just a moment to where we are at right now. 1:08, so we're about 4 seconds off what they ran back in 2016. In real life, that was the date of the fastest car, or the fastest, rather I should say, lap time here at IndyCar. And there's Joey having a little bit of problem just out of turn number 1 here on the front straightaway. 13 corners here tonight. Spencer, the fastest man in town so far, running that 1:08.139. That was Spencer getting it done, and as always, he is not here yet, but your broadcasters for tonight, as we will get that pulled up in a moment, but we'll take a look at your broadcasters for tonight in just a moment as we get ready to go again here this evening. Let's go to our broadcasters for tonight. It will be, and let's see here, let's get rid of mine. There we go. That will be your broadcast lineup. Me, Matthew Johnson, AJ Capola will be here in just a little while to bring you all the action from Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course here tonight as they continue to work around qualifying right now. Pretty hot out there. Expect some slipping and sliding over these 40 laps for these Indy cars, and we've seen it here all year long. Managing the push to pass tends to be the major thing you need to do. You don't want to get in a predicament to where you don't have a push to pass to push. I think that is usually what gets these guys in major trouble later in these races, is if you have less push to pass than your competitor, then you're in trouble. And we're going to have 10 to use here tonight, as always. 1 faster pair as the standard for this season. Again, race length 40 laps or an hour long, whichever one comes first. We should get this thing in quickly with lap times being in the 1:07 bracket now for Spencer Marsh right now, who leads on pole as we get ready to grid them up. Spencer Marsh looking to take the pole here tonight. Let's take a look at the qualifying order as they will line up here tonight. Spencer Marsh, 107.881, alongside Scott in that Dallara IR18, alongside your points leader, 108.77. Run number 3, it's going to be Mitch Heller and Mr. Joey there in 4th. Nick Beaver in 5th. Ken in 6th. 7th, Dale Weiser. Atticus there in 8th. Or in 8th and 9th is Clinton. Eric McCarthy there in 10th. And that will be your 10-car lineup for the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course here tonight, as we get ready to go racing here in about 39 seconds from now in round number 7. Round 8 comes your way from Long Beach next Monday evening. The Long Beach racetrack will play host to round 8 here tonight, and it does not look like that Christopher C. Freeze, as we know him by, will be here tonight, so he will lose second in the point standings as soon as this race kicks off. So this is an opportunity here for Spencer to try to close the gap down. Remember, Spencer himself only just a little ways back, about 13 points, or about 15 points, excuse me. So Spencer with a very good opportunity, and there is AJ. You got me there, AJ? You got me there, AJ, buddy? Well, I'm on push talk. Let's see. AJ, you got a copy on me, buddy? I heard you come in there, buddy. Hang on. Let me help you. Oh, Ricky Bobby. We got AJ. We got ourselves an AJ. AJ, you got a copy on me, buddy? You got a copy on me there, AJ, bud? Well, this is not good.
Matt.
All right, AJ, you got a copy on me there, buddy?
Yeah, I do.
All righty, now you got me. I heard you there, and it wouldn't let me talk to you. That was weird. Well, welcome, buddy, to round number 7 at Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's another track that I know very well with running on NASCAR heat these last couple of years, but I'm really excited to see these Indy cars run around there.
Well, to catch you up, because I was talking about it on air there, the fastest lap time around this place at Mid-Ohio in the Indy car is a 1:04. We're running 1:08. I don't expect these guys to go out here and turn out a wheel power lap time, but, you know, be kind of impressive if they did.
You never know.
Yeah.
I've seen how some of these guys drive, especially under pressure, so I honestly would not be surprised if one of them pulled it out of their butts.
Yeah, that would be crazy, right? If they just come out here and match wheel power. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. 100%.
I'd be
caught off real guard.
Yeah, I'd be calling Chip Ganassi. Like, hey, you need to look at this guy. But we're going to get ready to go here. And a little cleanup for you as well. Unfortunately, P2 and Point C Freeze not here tonight.
Oh,
so
shoot.
That's unfortunate, because with only 3 rounds left, he's not going to make it up. He came in 2 points off Spencer. However, it's off of Scott. It's not over. Spencer only 15 back, so it's an opportunity for him, green ground, and we're green at Mid-Ohio, AJ.
Yeah, I will be there in about 2 seconds. I had issues loading up iRacing, so I will be there ASAP.
All righty, AJ's getting out of the helicopter there on the infield. He'll be in the booth in a moment. 2 wide down the short chute, the straightaway headed for turn 2. Up the top of the hill, who's going to make the run? Everybody will go single file through the turn 2 area as they continue back down, starting down the back, long back straightaway DRS zone. Headed for 3, 4, and 5 right now. Up front, Spencer Marsh leads into 3, up to 4 and 5. AJ Spencer a good 0.8 of a second. Scott the second. Third is Mitch coming through 5 right now, headed for 6. Great racing right now at through 6, 7 now. Hey, I'm getting better at this road course thing. Headed for turn 8. Up over the hill we go. And headed through the kink there, turn 9 into 10. Easy does it. through 11 right now. Easy does it up front, headed for 12. And holy cow, I actually did turn the numbers right. Back on the front straightaway, back to turn 1. Spencer still leads battle for third. Heller falls to third, again to fourth. Fifth right now, Nick Beaver. The Beaver inside the top 5 at the moment. And that Beaver coming on strong to the back bumper of Crab as they go through turn 2 here. AJ nice and tight down the back straightaway once again. But it's Spencer pulling away.
Yeah, it looks like the battle to watch right now is for 3, 4, 5 at the moment, while Spencer's got about a second and a half lead.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Ken right there with Beaver. Yeah, Spencer's been able to gap them pretty well here early on board right here. Mid-Ohio is such a tricky little racetrack, too.
Well, yeah, with Mid-Ohio, it has its 2, good-sized straightaways, but it's got, really tight and technical turns that you need to hit to really succeed here.
Yeah, you really got to be on your game, right, to make it work as Spencer leads. Scott in second, third Mitch Heller. That's your top 3 back down the front. Straightaway Heller, a little sideways. Hang on to it, buddy. These Indy cars, man, they'll get out of the way from you.
Oh, if you put the power down too hard, you are really SOL and probably losing the back end.
Well, in companion today's IndyCar race, I actually ran the official FSF 2000. I think it's the one I ran here earlier today. Don't ask me how many times I lost it. We're not going to talk about that.
Well, just talking from experience here, being at Mid-Ohio, for myself, right where Spencer is right now, I think he's into 5 or 6.
Yes, sir.
Or
headed through 7, headed to 8 now. Yeah, it's hard.
And then 9.
Yeah,
right. This area right here, coming to the carousel turn 12 and 13, are for myself the hardest parts of this track.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, there's a lot of elevation changes that catches you off guard here at Mid-Ohio. Right there on the front straightaway, it kind of dips away from you. Coming back down the front, the back of the car wants to get away. And even turn 1 can be tricky if you don't have your wings set up right.
Yeah. And I'm not really huge on knowing how to set up Indy cars. I would just jump on here and run for fun.
Yeah.
But I can tell you just from experience, and I know it sounds like I know it all, but I don't. Trust me, I do not. I suck at road courses. Ask Matt. It doesn't matter what car I'm in. But with these Indy cars, you're light the whole time if you get too hard on that gas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really easy. You got to moderate the throttle. You can't do the white light switch throttle method, as we like to call it. You have to really tender like it's an egg underneath that throttle pedal every exit. So that's the way they run right now. AJ 4 of 40 complete here tonight. Already rocketing through here. It's been pretty clean to start this one.
Well, yeah, these guys, I would say, are really good, real professional, and you expect clean races out of these guys. Last week at Detroit was a little of an anomaly with some of the issues they were having.
Well, it was Detroit, I mean.
Yeah, it was Detroit. As you see Spencer, if you're watching P1, go through the first turn again, as he almost clipped the grass there.
Unless Spencer gives this thing away, on average, he's about a second faster than the field. So he needs to just take care of that IndyCar, because I think this one's going to be a night where he picks up a win. Scott right there. He needs Scott to backpedal a little bit more to make up more ground points-wise. But it's already a good start to Spencer here in this drive to the end of the season to see if he can make it up a little bit. Again, Long Beach. Oh, wow. Holy moly. Ken Crab charged turn 3. Almost overdrove the corner, AJ.
Yeah, I'm currently watching that group right there as they are about to come through the S's. And he's still on the back bumper.
Yeah, he's right there all over the back bumper of Crab. Man, Ken's got a Beaver all over him. I mean, this is great racing here at 4, 5, and 6. At least 6.
Oh, you got a little squirrely there and into the grass, Nick.
He's Beaver. Don't do that.
That's what I mean. You're trying to get as much power down as possible, but you'll kick the car out a little bit.
It's almost
it's
almost like he's trying to get everything out of that car he possibly can right now.
Oh, I can understand why and everything, but the issue is with doing that, you're going to burn the tires up.
Now, I will say for Nick, he has not used one push to pass yet. So he's saving that push to pass. Very smart on the Beaver's part here.
Oh, 100% I think it's smart. You have 40 laps or an hour time limit, and if you could save those to points where your opponents do not have them, you might be sitting in an advantage spot there.
Yeah. And what's going to be fun is I double-checked the schedule. Folks, I think, AJ, we're going to have an opportunity to squeeze one more season in it.
Okay. All right, dude. I'm here with you the whole time.
Yeah, it should be fun. I like these Indy cars.
Oh, I do 100%. It's something different because you and I both love NASCAR 100%. Our Monday nights are, I think, our fun, relaxing nights because we get to go see something else. Which
I blame Scott and these drivers because I may have watched F1. I know it's not IndyCar, but I may have watched F1 on Sunday. So I blame these guys. I watched F1 at COTA. That was a lot of fun. Something different. Don't ask me to drive an F1 car because that didn't happen.
I mean, I can do F1 cars around an oval.
Yeah, well, that
it's not
don't
fun,
count.
But
You see Beaver right there on the back bumper of Ken as well. Right on that rear wing. Whoa. That was a little dicey for Beaver. But he is still putting pressure on Ken.
Yeah, they're between Mitch, Ken, and Nick, the 11, 33, and 10 car. They're all under a blanket right now, and one mistake by either Mitch or Ken or any of them, and you're going to have other people right in the grill with them.
Now, let's not talk about the car that's like 5 million miles away because Marsh is out of here. He's already halfway to Long Beach at this point.
For anybody watching Extreme Sim TV right now, welcome. This is the Road to Indy series, round 7 at Mid-Ohio. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hey, have fun with us in the chat. I will be watching it, Matt will be watching, and overall, enjoy the race.
Yeah, exactly. This has been one heck of a race already. 8 of 40 complete here. And again, this series, it's been majority clean as far as car contacts, other than maybe Detroit.
Yeah.
Which again, Detroit's Detroit.
But we saw some incidents. I think it was my first or second race at the Indy Roval, but those were a lot of man-made incidents where it was just themselves.
As they continue to run right now, Joey with Nick Beaver. Some of these fans in the comments are going to skin you alive for calling it the Indy Roval. They're like, AJ, it's the Indy Road Course, not the Roval. We're not stupid NASCAR names.
But you understood what I meant.
Can we point out just how stupid the name Roval is? Can we all just
100%.
admit that for a moment?
It was a marketing thing.
As they continue to run, Mitch right now in third, Ken Crab and Nick Beaver, your top 5, big block. Man, Beaver's still putting the pressure, but just not able to get a mover on him.
Great job with Ken protecting right there.
Yeah, and that's classic road course, trying to protect the preferred line. And usually that's the inside line. Just get down there to the bottom and protect that lane. Make sure he can't get the position on you. But right now, they're losing a little ground, battling to Mitch. Not a lot, but a little bit. I do think...
Nick is right there.
Nick is a little bit faster than Ken. About a 10th a lap right now.
Nick just lost a lot of it. He got a little squirrely and clipped the grass on the left-handed side. I'll find the turn here in a second. In the 8 and 9 turn.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You get loose. Now, interesting here, AJ. I'm watching lap times. Mitch Heller is actually quicker than Scott as well, so he is closing in on the back bumper a second. He's about a 2/10 quicker a lap. So we may have a second, third, fourth, fifth battle here before long. Nobody else in comparison, AJ, your race leader just ran a 110.1. Everybody else in the 110.8s, 110.7s.
You're still within range doing those lap times, but they just add up to a bigger lead. Spencer, he's driving away with it. And I'm just throwing this out there. The 33 of Ken is really good on the long stretches without having to be technical. The minute you bring it to the technical aspect is when Nick really starts to shine.
Yeah. And Ken right now has got 9 push-to-passes left. Let's see where Nick is. Nick's still at 10, so he's not touched that push-to-pass yet.
I don't think he's really needed to.
No.
You know, he's pretty much able, as he's coming through the last couple turns now, pretty much able to, you know, get to Ken's bumper without having to use any assistance there, if you want to call it that.
Taking a look here as they head down the straightaway, headed for turn 2, turn 3. Turn 2 here. What a great night so far. 11 of 40 already in the books. And I think if I was him, I'd be on that push to pass right about here. But he's got to be closer to get that done, I think.
Yeah, what would happen if you were to hit it right there is you'd probably get really close to his back bumper, but it would not give you the enough to pass him. Ooh, the 33 went a little wide there.
Wow. Man, they are all over one another.
7, 8, into 9.
Oh, Ken's wide. Whoa. Holy moly.
10 had the line. It's the 33. I thought that was wide.
Or it was Ken, yeah.
Here it comes.
Here we go.
Coming into the carousel turn. He's going to try it on the outside.
Round the outside. Nope. Dang on, man. These guys are getting after it.
He's right there.
Now, if he can time his turn 1 and stay with him.
This would be the push to pass right here or the backstretch.
I almost think it's better for Nick, because if he can get through turn 1 a little technical, or turn 2 a little technical, and get a good run here, get a good bite on the exit. Oh, there's the push to pass. He just hit it.
If anything, they're both gonna use it.
He timed that perfectly.
In the grass.
Yep, Ken didn't push his. Oh, yeah, perfect. That was perfectly done by Beaver.
Well, I'll give them both credit because Ken gave Nick the room. He could have blocked him out into the grass, but he didn't. So I will gladly say they both did a really good job there, even though Ken lost a spot.
Ken gonna fall back. Now that he's clear of Ken, can he get up here to Mitch? Let's see what kind of lap times he can run in comparison to the leaders right now. Because I think he's quicker, obviously. Because what I am noticing, Spencer lap time wise is falling back towards Scott lap time wise as they run.
Yeah. Holy crap.
And if I'm not seeing, if I remember this correctly, isn't this something we've seen out of Spencer before on older tires?
Yeah, he really starts backing up when he's on older tires.
And I think it's too early to pit now because you're still, 28 to go. That'd be an awfully wrong run on the next set if you pitted it now. I don't think fuel would be a problem, but when do you want to put that next set on and see what we kind of... Because right now, Mitch and Scott both running identical lap times.
Yeah, I completely agree with you about that. We do have a car in the grass right there. I think that might have... Hold on. Let me pull it back up.
McCarthy on pit road.
That was Middleton. Middleton is missing a wing, the 107, if you want to click on him just to give him a little...
Yeah,
he's missing his front left wing, and he was off track and really out of shape.
Middleton not doing a... Oh, no, mistake on pit road for Middleton. He slammed the wall on pit road, AJ. He just broke that right front suspension.
Yeah, he's going to need that fast repair, and he's going to lose a lot more time.
Oof. Yeah, now the car crab walking. Oh, and he's going to go around again. Yeah, that car is in trouble.
He was right at his pit stop.
Now, what
the thing is, you don't want to have to.
He's still having trouble.
He just needs to get in the box.
Get in the box, man. Because here's the problem. We'll have other cars coming down before long, and you don't want to be in the middle of the pit road with a broken car.
Nope.
He'll
I understood what he was trying to do. He needed to get into his box, and you really don't want to what is it called? To tow back if you're right there.
Yeah.
But shoot, that bad break.
Now, interesting, one of my leagues that I'm covering coming up, they have a unique rule, AJ. They're not going to allow immediate tows. So if you break down, you have to wait 2 minutes to hit the tow button to make it more realistic.
Well, what happens if you bring out the caution and you're out there for a while?
Exactly, that's what they're talking about. Like if you stall the car, if you run out of gas, that's going to be a yellow. It's going to be an admin yellow. So I get the premise, right? I get the ideal behind it.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how it works out. As you see right now, Spencer still leading, still with all this push to passes. I talked early in the show the importance of holding on to them push to passes.
I mean, I'm watching Spencer right now, and I have the preferred racing lineup, so I could see how everything was, how it should be run, or basically where you should be going. And he is straddling that the whole freaking way.
Right now, lap times would check it. He has backtracked, but I tell you what, guess who is one of the faster cars on the racetrack right now?
Probably Scott.
Mr. Nick Beaver right now doing a real of a job. A little faster than Mitch, and both Scott and Mitch in front of him. Which, to be fair, I'm not really surprised once he got clear of Crab. Now, Crab on back here already back to 7th. Dale has gotten around him. Weiser's got to 6th. Ken's backtracking. But up front, continuing, Spencer Marsh. So AJ, Scott's in a very interesting position because he had 15 points over Spencer. Even if Spencer wins the race, he don't want to give up too many points to him. You know, no. every spot you give up regardless, that's more points that you're putting up there.
But what Scott is doing, he's doing the best he can right now. He's literally in second place. He started in second place. You know, Spencer is obviously the faster car right now, but I think Scott is doing everything he can to minimize how much Spencer will gain.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and that's how you win championships, right? You minimize, especially when it's not a playoff format. We can discuss auto racing at a later point and whether there should be playoffs. I've got strong opinions on that one, but in this particular format, you know, the season-long format, you know, I think it rewards consistency a little bit more.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I know I'm going to take a lot of shit from this. I actually enjoy how NASCAR does it because I'd rather not go through the whole season and with like 3 or 4 races left. Oh, that's the champion. Got it. 100%. These next 4 races mean absolutely nothing. That's just my opinion.
Good point there. Spencer leads. We may have found our topic for the next podcast. This could be really interesting with me and you.
Because the last couple of years, even look at F1. You know, the last couple of years, Lewis Hamilton has won with like 3 or 4 races left. And you're like, well, I guess I don't need to tune in. There's no drama going on.
Folks, go ahead and send your hate mail over to AJ Capola. Not the Extreme Sim TV Facebook. It's Mr. AJ Capola. As Beaver has caught Heller, and he tried to make that round the outside move, didn't make it work. But now he's starting to work over Heller just the way he did Ken so many laps ago.
Is that the new thing for you? To do around the outside?
Yes, and I wonder whose fault this is.
Absolutely, it's my fault. I will take 100% blame on that.
As they work their way through, cutting to the bottom here. And right now, Nick Beaver holding to that 4th spot. the Beaver trying to get through the dam in front of him, and can he do it? Or does the Beaver want to build the dam? Which way is it going to go?
Well, he's got to get to the front to build the dam so nobody can get through it.
There
Oh, the
you
11
go.
really loose.
That's going to give him the toe. Oh, boy. Oh, skirt.
I think he's just going to let Nick go.
Yeah,
That might be the smarter move.
Nick the third's continuing to move forward after starting fifth here tonight. Up to P3.
Denim.
Now he's 13 seconds off your race leader, but again, all it takes is Spencer to lock the tires up or something, and we've got a whole nother race.
I'm not saying Spencer has to be completely perfect, but people are within striking distance if he makes a mistake.
It feels like week after week, this league's getting tighter and tighter competition-wise. It just feels that way. We're getting tighter as we go. Guys are figuring these cars out at these road courses. Because remember, they're running majority road courses here in this series.
Yep.
And I would assume when they have a season 2, it'll be the same way. So I think the further they go along, the tighter these races are going to get.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm very excited to see them next year if everything works out. I wish them the best on getting bigger fields because I think the more competition, the better.
Yeah.
But for what we have seen, it's been phenomenal. I wish we could have saw them at COTA for the first time, but unfortunately, something happened where we weren't able to broadcast that race.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
I like COTA.
Marsh right there with Scott right there in second. Well, we know we'll be with them up till February. We know that. So we'll have some more races with them. So it'll be interesting to see how this pans out. I kind of wonder, this is going to be controversial, but you think a weekend race would help them a little bit with cars?
Well, since the IndyCar series is basically over, I would say yes.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see a 20-30 car grid for this series. I would love it. Maybe not 30. I think 20 would be about where you'd want to be. But the 10 we've got out here is put on a show each and every week. And
for anybody watching, if you're an IndyCar fan and you have iRacing or you're looking to join iRacing, these are a great group of people to race around because they will not only make you better, competition and how do I put this? Ric Flair always said it best: to beat the best, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And if Matt doesn't go woo right now,
well, I'm waiting. Go ahead.
Woo!
There you go.
These guys are good. But it takes you to get your ass kicked a couple times to get better. So if you're looking for an iRacing IndyCar league, these are the guys to join with because there's 10, 12 guys a race. They'll help you out. They're genuinely a good group of guys.
Yeah, they are. So what you're telling me right now, Spencer is a kiss-stealing, wheeling-dealing son of a gun because he has drove away from this field.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He's been like that for the races we've all seen.
I just want to see Spencer get out of the car and do the Ric Flair strut. That'd be hilarious. I would videotape that. 19 of laps to go at Mid-Ohio, Road to Indy Racing League, Round 7. Next week, we go back to walls on every side because we're going to Long Beach. Oh, boy. I don't think we'll get out of Long Beach without tore-up race cars.
Well, if Detroit tells us, is any expectation? No, there's going to be a lot of it.
Will you look, if you're Scott, are you concerned? You're the points leader, but you've got Long Beach, you got Sebring on the lineup coming up. This run at a place like Sebring compares very well to Mid-Ohio with the rhythm. Man, I would be concerned if I'm Scott.
I would too, but he's also doing what he can to minimize how much Spencer's gaining. So if you're busting your ass to put up a second place or third place finish, I'd be upset, but you did the best you can, and that's really all you really could do. You just got beat. Sometimes that happens.
Well, I will tell you right now, Beaver closing down on Scott. He's got it down to 4 seconds and consistently a tenth and a half faster.
Yeah, I'm watching Nick right now, and Mitch has caught some speed too, because Nick isn't pulling that far away from him anymore.
Yeah, so he's staying with him. And and that's what we talked about. If you're Spencer, even though you're out front, you cannot let your guard down, because if you make a mistake, they're going to pounce.
The only time you can make a mistake is if you got the whole field a lap plus down.
Right now, Marsh right there with Nick Beaver right there as well. And if he's not running anti-stall clutch, which I don't run anti-stall clutch, I don't like any assist. If you spin the car out and don't get on the clutch in time, you've got to get that thing refired. You got to get clutch in. All that takes time. I don't know how I would know how much time you'd lose doing that. I don't know if I may have had an experience with that earlier.
I'm thinking you have.
I may have started an Indy 2000 race earlier and didn't have the car revved up far enough on the start and stalled it on the start line. So you can imagine how about the 15 guys behind me felt about that.
Well, you didn't have to go very far, so that's not too bad.
Exactly. So 16 to go this time by. You see Nick Beaver right there in that number 10 machine, continuing to do a really good job. 3.699 off of Scott. Still closing is the Beaver right now. So he's still closing in on Scott. He's opened that gap up to 1.4 over Mitch Heller behind him. That stays pretty consistent at the moment.
Did Spencer have an issue?
Oh, boy. The gap
He's hitting pit road.
Pit road for Spencer. Now what does Scott do? He's going to stay out. Critical time of the race for Spencer, because again, they're going to be cold tires on this car when he gets back going. Up on the jack stands he'll go. And he is going to go. Wow, he went to the alternate compound.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Spencer, 2 laps ago, what turn is that? Going into turn 2, the keyhole, took it real wide and caught himself in the kitty litter.
Oh, man, so he's going to give up some time. Now, how bad is this going to hurt him on the alt compound? Because I don't think there's a rule about having to take the alt. So if you're these guys behind him, do you stay on reds? If you can.
Honestly, it might not be a bad idea, because you have to try something to beat Spencer unless he makes another mistake, because he was able to do all that and still be out in first place.
Yeah. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the alt compound's a little bit harder, I do believe, than the reds. Spencer, here comes Scott.
Yeah, but I also think they last a little longer, so they won't wear as fast.
Now, what's interesting, look what's on Nick Beaver's car. Remember, he got stronger, like you said, as the run went. He was on alt compounds to start. So he'll be going, should probably be going to red here. Let's see. Yep, he's going to reds. Spencer out there on alts. Scott going to stay on reds. Nick now on reds. And Mitch Heller on reds. So, everybody on reds behind Spencer Marsh right now, with 15 laps to go.
In all honesty, I think Spencer is probably in the better spot, just for the fact of his tires won't wear as fast as everybody else. So by the time they would catch him, I think he'll have the advantage or even out back to him.
Yeah, for the first few laps, it's probably going to kind of suck, but he's playing the long game here. Oh, look how loose he is.
He got really squirrely there. Holy cow.
Now we get to see what kind of lap time, because this will tell us the lap time difference on the red. Here's they all get back up to speed. Spencer coming through, best lap time of 109 last time through.
110.
A 110 flat. So that's still on fresh tires about 6/10 slower. However, let's see what the second place machine can pull off here. Yeah, I don't think they're going to, unless Spencer gets in trouble again on these alt tires.
Or unless he like what you said, unless he makes another mistake, because I saw he was definitely mortal. He definitely made a mistake.
Oh, the back of the car, a little free up over the hill. You can tell he is a little bit more free on the alt tires, so you can tell. He's having to baby it. Unfortunately, I don't think Scott's got enough time to get there before he gets all the goodies out of his.
Just stay close. Just get as close as possible and stay there.
Because again, Spencer, as much as we talked about it, he was used to the reds for the longest time. Now he's getting used to what these alts will do. And this is a great race. 109.685. Wow. A blistering lap. Now you see the alt compound starting to come up. But look at Scott, fastest lap of his race. 102 or 109.286. Where did Scott pull that out? Wow.
I'm going to say it's the red tire.
Well, he was on reds earlier, I thought. Because he stayed on reds. So
Well, maybe it had something to do with fuelage. Maybe he didn't take as much fuel.
I don't know, but that was a pretty quick lap. Again, 6.1, 5.9, the gap's coming down. Now, again, you talk about later in the run, how bad will these alts kind of catch back up to this? Wow, free again for Spencer. The Beavers
I think he's really fighting a really loose car there. That's a couple times this lap it's been really loose.
I just think he should have stayed on reds. I understand going to alts later in the race, but I think because he was used to what the reds were, I think it was a mistake to go to the alts. And right there, that lap, 108.971 for Scott. Wow.
Wow, that's almost a second.
We did not see that coming.
I mean, we really didn't. But I'm still thinking by the time Scott gets really close to Spencer, the tires are going to be even and then probably favor Spencer at that point.
Unless Spencer abuses these things while they're right now getting free like now, that if he was to abuse them early, even though they're harder tires, that might be a problem.
Yeah. Or if he goes off track again and completely gives up the lead.
Man, 11 laps to go this time by from Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. He just doesn't look as stable as he once was. 5.1 now the gap. Wow, 10 laps to go. I will say Scott's eating through his push to pass though.
I don't think Spencer's probably used any of them.
Spencer's at 7, Scott's at 6. So they're actually pretty close push to pass wise right now. Spencer's like, okay. Because as a driver, you see that gap closing. What you don't want to do is get over anxious.
Yeah.
Right. And get yourself in a worse position. You're still 5.2 seconds up. You've still got enough of a gap. With 11 to go, it's going to be mighty hard if he doesn't make a mistake. So you're coming to 4.7. So by my math, AJ, that's looking at roughly 2 seconds a lap that Scott would have to chop off.
Yes.
I just don't.
And he seems to only be doing maybe a second.
4.9 that time by, it was about 4/10. So he still needs some help here. But again, what can you say? Spencer's led 29 laps here tonight. Has had a pretty dominant race car overall. I have to say, this may have been one of the better IndyCar races of the season.
I'll give it that. I was really excited to see Detroit last week, and the issue Seafreeze was having, I think, was making it really interesting due to like points and everything.
Joey right there as well, Marsh. We're still continuing to monitor the gap. Scott right now doing what he needs to do. At worst, though, he's going to probably come home second if he doesn't make a mistake. So points-wise, he done exactly what he needed to do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, you go for the best finish possible. You try to pull the strategy to give yourself the win, but you also try not to pull a strategy that's going to hurt you.
Yeah, exactly. It's a yin and the yang to it a little bit here. Again, coming up next on Extreme Sim TV, we go back to Bark River for the Pro 4 trucks. So we'll be back at Bark River coming back up next. Looking forward to going back to the dirt track there, AJ.
Yo, yeah. We're gonna go back dirt track in after a couple weeks of doing those trucks on road courses.
Yeah, so it's gonna be different here. And that's coming up next here, 9:45 Eastern Standard Time.
So stay with us at Extreme Sim TV. All you have to do is click back to our homepage and then click on the Pro Ford trucks.
Yep, so that's going to be fun. We're super lates tomorrow. Yes, we're doing super lates tomorrow because I had the wrong week that was listed as off. So we work tomorrow.
So you're not going to run that race?
Unfortunately. Because I'm really good at the Roval. I could have done really well there. But 8 to go here. However, we are off on Wednesday because that's the week that is off this week. So I got my weeks mixed up on who was off. So 8 to go here.
8 to go in under 4 seconds.
3.6, man. He knocked almost a full... It's almost like Spencer makes a mistake, and he can't make many more of those.
And I'm watching Spencer. He's not making mistakes at all.
Oh, my goodness. Is this stint too short for those tires to help with the alt? That's the problem?
I mean, what they all do, come in at lap 25 with 15 to go? Maybe.
It's very, very shocking, I will say that. Now, obviously, catching him one thing's passing him. That's a little bit different.
Yeah, if Scott's got 1 to 2 push to pass left to Spencer's, we could really see a good fight.
3.5 the gap now. Now Spencer's got 6, Scott's got 4 push to pass. And that's the problem. We've seen this before, using them up to get there. Right, that's the whole issue. You've only got 10 of those bad boys. 6 to go, 3.3, or 7 to go, 3.3.
I wonder if Spencer could see him in the mirror a little bit here.
Yeah, start seeing him in the mirror. And that's 3.7. So it's opened back up a little bit down the straight here. Spencer using...
Object and mirror are closer than what they appear.
Exactly. That's what you got to keep telling yourself right now. And if I'm Spencer, honestly, I don't want to look at the mirror at all right now.
No, you don't want to be mirror driving at all.
Eyes out front. You're 6 to go. 3.3 the gap. It continues to close. To be honest and blunt about it, I didn't see him getting within 3 seconds.
No.
Be Bob and frank with you, I just did not see that coming at all. So 6 to go. 3.1 at the stripe. Picked up 0.3 or so. Man, this is going to be...
People, if you're watching, do not look away. We are really getting down to it here.
Yeah, we're about to have us a fight. 3.1. 4 on the push to pass left for the leader. 3 on second. Problem is, Scott can't take advantage of push to pass to catch him right now, I don't think. Because if he does, he's going to be out by the time he gets there.
Yeah.
And then that's going to open it up for him to use push to pass the last few laps down the straights and get back away enough from Scott that Scott can't do much. So, 6 to go, 2.7 the gap. Continuing to close. Spencer headed through the final few corners here. Turn 13 right there off the corner. Down the front straightaway once again, headed for 1. A little bit of lap traffic up in front of him to get through. 2.4 the gap. Ooh, dropped the wheel there, AJ. You can't be doing that.
You know, I'm looking at that right front tire. It might just be what I'm looking at, but for me, it looks like he's, you know, not blistering it a little bit, but I think getting off the track a little bit there really caused something there.
Yeah, 2.2 the gap. Lap traffic getting out of the way now. Is Scott going to catch lap traffic in a bad spot here?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Oh, but good.
Lap traffic let him go.
Yeah, got way out of the way. Good move there. Because that could have held him up majorly. Down the hill for Spencer. Oh, sideways. He is pushing that car.
Well, yeah, look how close Scott is.
3 push to pass left for Spencer. 2 left for Scott. 1.7. Oh, my goodness. Down the front straightaway. 4 laps to go. 1.8 the gap, AJ.
I am in complete awe about this. Now, I'm just throwing this out there. Could this be Spencer playing a little strategy here with, you know, really saving those tires?
Yeah, if you're doing that, you better go now. But you don't want to let him there. You don't want him to get, because if he gets another second and he starts really getting on your bumper, it's a whole nother ball game. Because you see him coming into the screen 1.8 right now. Same time though, Scott can't break his with him. Don't try to gain more than what you can and give the ground you made up away.
Yep.
Down the hill, hits the apex. 3 laps to go. And what happens when he does get there?
Well, I would try to fake him out into a turn, but you know you're definitely going to want the inside. It's really difficult to go around people on the outside in these Indy cars.
So 3 push to pass leader. 1 push to pass Scott. So Scott's all but out of push to pass. Man, oh man, oh man. 1.6 last time by. He only picked up a 10th. He's going to need more than that. But again, now 2 push to pass for Spencer. If I am Scott, I'm not going to panic here. I'm going to let Spencer use that push to pass and try to get even on the push to passes at least.
Oh, he really drove away from Scott on that backstretch.
He hit the push to pass. Scott did not. So that was the difference on push to pass. 2 push to pass left Spencer.
And 1 left on Scott, I'm guessing, right?
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh.
Wow, Spencer's really kicking sideways.
And again, all that, the time he gained push to pass, he just gave it back by kicking sideways there. Oh boy, 1.4. 2 to go. Oh boy, what do you do now? What do you do?
Pretty much clench and keep turning.
Yes. 1.5 is the gap. Let's see, does Spencer use push to pass? He does not. If he saves both these push to passes this lap, he's going to be in a great position for that final lap. Oh man, through turn. Oh, easy does it. It's kind of stabled out here at 1.4 for a minute.
Yeah.
And I
I felt like these last couple turns he was a little wide, but I think it might have helped him out a little bit.
And I think what may get him this win, if you're asking me, is push to pass management. he has got enough now that I feel like he can use it on these straightaways and get away. As long as he doesn't make a mistake, right? White flag going to wave for Spencer Marsh and Scott in second. 1 to go. 2 push to pass leader. 1 push to pass Scott.
He's pulled away from Scott.
Yep. There you go. Last time by 0.3 to the good. Finally, maybe. The alt tire's starting to come to him.
Took it long enough.
Yeah. Note to self for future, it takes roughly, 15, 16 laps for them to start really making a difference. Man, oh man. Right there, Scott into the corner. Doing a good job, but I just don't think he's close enough. Out of push to pass. Spencer is not. White flag in the air. AJ, what a race at Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, this has been very entertaining, especially these last 15, 20 laps where Spencer went on to a different strategy than everybody else.
Lap car right up there in front of him. He's just got a few corners to go here. Oh, easy does it. He's got enough of a gap, it's not going to matter. Out the final corner, Spencer Marsh wins it at Mid-Ohio. Scott second. Beaver right now battle for third. Mitch slides the rear tires and Beaver gets third. Wow, AJ, what a race.
What an insane race.
Hello there. Well, didn't see that one coming.
I didn't see it being that close of a race, in my opinion.
Me either. You see Spencer down here trying to do donuts. He's about to break the car. Trying to get it done here. There he goes. So he will gain points-wise a little bit over Scott. Scott coming home in second here tonight at the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. And what was an epic finish here to round number 7. Very happy with that race.
I love this IndyCar series. I love Monday nights.
Yeah. Yeah, I do as well. I'm right there with you, AJ. Let's take a look at the unofficial results. Marsh, Scott, Beaver, Heller right there. Joey there inside that top 5 as well. 6 going to be Cramp, Ken Weiser 7th, McCarthy 8th, Wiggins 9th, and Middleton in 10th to round out the field. For what was a great Mid-Ohio round here for the IndyCar or Road to Indy Racing League. What a night. Well, buddy, guess what?
We get about 20 minutes and then we go right to trucks.
And then we go right to truck, folks, here right live on Extreme Sim TV. Thank you guys, as always. What a great race here for the Road to Indy Racing League and the IndyCar Series. AJ, they never disappoint, do they?
No, they do not.
And well, folks, once again, it's been Matt from Extreme Sim TV, AJ from the Nerds Doing Nerd Things podcast, for your source, all things nerdy. And again, Nerds Doing Nerd Things in the middle of Nerdtober and all their scary movie goodnesses that's going over there, and AJ being a chicken, and then Susie being even a bigger chicken, and then, just all kinds of chicken stuff over there. So go check it out. And if you want to hear Susie say a very inappropriate joke that was really funny, go watch your latest episode on The Mist. Because I wish I could repeat it, but I can't because, YouTube. Other than that, we'll see you with the off-road trucks in just a moment.